Hello everybody and welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Last time we did all of Olympus Coliseum and I am a good bit stronger. Level 20. Let's have a look at our deck currently. 3 zeros as you would expect, and the only difference is I have weaved in some Olympias into our Keyblade repertoire, but again, not too many because card costs are a major bitch. Comparing these, Olympia has better recovery. It's A rank and has C+ in attack, making it the strongest Keyblade. We have 5 blizzards, we have 2 clouds. I think I went through this entire thing thinking that I could get a cloud from a shop, but given the fact that I bought 5 or 6 different magic packs and didn't get it, I'm going to assume they don't put it in the rotation until the world after he's introduced, which makes sense. Unfortunate, but whatever. I also picked up Blue Rhapsody enemy card, which I can just proc at the beginning of every fight, which buffs my ice spells, and of course we have a couple of healing items. We're pushing the limit, 599 out of 600 on our CP. I focused only on CP, except when a slate came up, because we've obtained the new skill Blitz. Blitz requires 3 blows, but the cards must be of differing types, so you will not see me use this for a good while, because I didn't feel the need. I didn't feel like, jumping and throwing my deck into random stuff like that. I mean, I could, but I've front-loaded the deck with such powerful, high-numbered cards that by the time I reached 5, I was running low. Anyway, we're gonna keep going.
I hope the kid is gonna be okay.
Why bring that up?
I had to be sure that I hadn't forgotten him.
How'd that go for you?
Good. I remembered where I was supposed to find the kid.
Well, I remember that too.
Look at that
The kid
JPEG.
helped save everything by staying
It's got
on the other
black
side of the
bars
wall of
around it.
darkness, I think.
You got it, Goofy.
And me? I'm looking for Riku. He was with the king when the door closed. I guess there's no way we'll forget the most important memories.
That's good, because I don't want to forget.
Oh yeah, the cutscene is over. I thought I was safe to eat this food, but apparently not. Let's go! Give me another one. Thank you.
You seem pretty intrigued by this Sora kid.
Are you telling me you're not Larxene?
Haven't decided yet. I think what intrigues me more is what you see in him.
There was a time he became a Heartless. And if one becomes a Heartless...
They lose their minds and their feelings. They're consumed by the darkness.
Right, but not Sora. He held on to his feelings even as a Heartless. And there's only one other man who's been able to do just that.
It's the strength of his heart. That's what interests you. Why the Keyblade shows Sora's heart.
To unlock the mysteries of the heart. Isn't that the organization's mission?
I wonder if there's anything we've forgotten.
If we did, what would it have been? I can't think of anything, so maybe that means that I really am losing my memories. But whatever they were, they couldn't have been very important memories, right?
Right. Or else I don't think you would have forgotten it. Look,
What is it?
a good luck charm Kairi gave me. It's special to her, so I promised that I would return it. I'll never forget making that promise. It's why I could never forget Kairi. Am I right, Kyrie?
Hello! How's it going?
Huh? Oh? Do I know that girl?
Hey, Sora! Where did you go?
Sorry, never mind.
We better keep going.
Alright, so, moving on. It's time for our fourth world, because I guess Traverse Town counts. So, heading on into Agrabah. Schwank. Oh no, someone's in trouble. Oh no, Aladdin's surrounded by Heartless that take like 2 hits to be destroyed. Well, if you insist. Alright, I now have Blizzard Boost for an entire reload. Well, they're basically screwed then. You can't stand up to my power. Unless I miss. I should show off Cross Slash.
Power!
Yep, that move is not that good until you get a third. We need to get our third ability. Get our third cloud. That's when stuff actually starts popping off with it. Can I get a good angle on these guys? Damn it, I just need all of you lined up like that. It'll feel real good. Alright, Cloud, I guess you're not playing today. That's what happens when you're a 4. You were just born wrong. Sorry, it's just fact of life. Also, this is a very big encounter. Excuse me, pardon me. I need to hit you with my good shit. Kill him, Cloud! Hey, Cloud, do you ever think about, I don't know, maybe. Now, this may just sound crazy to you guys. What if Cloud moved and attacked? Maybe he would see that he's not in range and would just, you know, get something going, and then hard cut to Cloud going, not interested. Not interested. That'd be a good one. You know what? I have a dumb thought. Like, imagine if Tetsuya Nomura was on Twitter. With people like, hey, you gonna put out a new Final Fantasy VII trailer? And he was just really sassy and would just respond with a gif of Cloud going, I'm not interested. Though, to be fair, Nomura seems like a chill guy. I had, there's like a holiday message thing that he put out, and he's like, hello, this is me, Nomura. Whenever I wake up, I head straight to work, and I put on a hat, because I don't even brush my hair anymore. I don't know, he's got some good wit to him. I like it. Someone said, please describe your experience working on the Kingdom Hearts series. This was for the 10th anniversary. And he described Kingdom Hearts, working on it for 10 years, as his 30s. And I really like that. He also has had a bit of sass in interviews recently of just basically saying, I'm tired. I think that's most of what I got from one of his recent interviews, where he's just like, yeah, I'm just doing shit all the time. All of a sudden going like, I'm not young anymore. It's like, it's rough. I'd feel broken up if this was the first fight. But he's like, yeah, I'm not young anymore. It's hard. It's a hard life. It's a hard life being the single most important, person at that company. Because he is managing two of the biggest worldwide titles in Square's history. A remake of their most popular title of all time. And the most requested title they've ever had in Kingdom Hearts 3. Which is, that's rough, man. He's got a lot of stuff. A lot of oversight, too. I'm sure making a Kingdom Hearts game must be a fucking nightmare. Because not only are you working with your team, which he doesn't even... He's not even in the same location as the team that does KH3 because they are based in Osaka. And I believe he is in Tokyo. And I assume that is where where Square HQ is stationed. It's like, you got that, and then you have the fact that, they have to roll everything through Disney. Because, they have to give Disney the go-ahead on that. Which then means showing new footage of the game continually becomes a bit of a bigger issue, I would assume, of clearing what's good, what's nice. Man seems very against showing stuff that looks rough, The roughest we've ever seen KH3, for example, was I believe a year, or maybe it was the December after that legendary 2013 reveal, where they showed some footage. They showed some footage that they then showed us in 2015, which was fighting in Twilight Town, which we'll get to later. And some stuff against a Rock Titan, which they then showed again because that game has been moved from the Luminous engine, the Final Fantasy 15 engine, to the Unreal Engine 4. So they ended up losing quite a bit of progress as a result. And that was the roughest the game looked, because, some stuff just seemed like, they're just kind of getting used to it. For some reason, they made the characters, like, in the HUD, their heads moved, which I don't understand why he does that sometimes when the games aren't fully made yet. Like, just fucking draw a head, goddammit. It doesn't even need to move, we're fine. It'll be okay, man. You're gonna be alright. Alright, we need guidance. So, not that one yet. Yeah, it must be tough, He works on such big games. And on top of that, there's another company doing a lot of the heavy lifting for Kingdom Hearts, or not Kingdom Hearts, for the Final Fantasy 7 remake. They've got CyberConnect 2, who did Azura's Wrath, I believe, as well as the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm game. So they are a master of fight choreography and action games in a 3D space arena. So doing some fantastical stuff on the screen and set pieces seems to be pretty good for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just knock it out of the park with that. It's exciting because, you're as a fan who follows video games that I like, it's great being a Square Enix fan, because it's basically like, hey, do you want to like things and then stab yourself for 6 years while waiting? That's kind of what I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Looking forward to shit, but I'm in this moment because we're recording this in May, and it's coming out in May. It's coming out in like a few days. And the time is nigh for something new for those games, right? Because FF7 hasn't been shown in a year and a half, and Kingdom Hearts 3 hasn't been shown with a true new trailer in 2 years. Now, a lot of people say, well, there is the Jump Festa trailer, but that to me seemed like a director's cut of a trailer we had already seen. And in between the time, we have had a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. We have had the release of 2.8, a vertical slice of Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay, as well as, HD collections of games that were never playable on a Sony system, as well as the PS4, and then we had the, Gravity, that's neat. We also picked up the 1.5 plus 2.5 collections were put on this machine. So, in the time we have waited for a new trailer, a lot of Kingdom Hearts content has been released, A lot of it is just, retreads and, remasters, but I feel like those are important. Personally, I thought that, they would have to get every collection on PS4 before it comes out. Because you want to be able to play the whole series on one machine, especially when the third entry, or the third game, I need to stop saying that because it's not the third game, it's like the 11th, when KH3 would come out. Of course, this is completely ignoring the Xbox One, because KH3 is coming out on it. To which people go, is it? Some people going, I forgot, and some people going, why? Which is a side effect of Square going, okay, the PS3 lost in the last console generation, for the most part, and this is the new console generation, so we're going to put it on both of them, because we don't know how well it's going to sell, mostly on a global market, because Xbox doesn't do shit in Japan. I think it sold like 10,000? I feel like it's like that anemic over there, if I don't look at sales data that much. Of course, then Xbox and Microsoft did this thing where they're like, now we're going to make our console always online and have all this DRM shit and you can't rent games, and then Sony made an entire press conference where half of it was devoted to shitting on Microsoft and saying how much we care about other users. So they basically helped Microsoft disqualify itself from the console generation entirely, to the point where they still haven't really recovered. When it comes down to it, Xbox is kind of close to Sony. If you're going by sales, it's somewhat close in the US. At least that's my from what I've heard and from what I've seen from some data. But globally, it's getting its ass kicked everywhere. But it also means that Kingdom Hearts 3 will release on the Xbox One to, like, very little fanfare. Because its optimization probably won't be as good. It might maybe with Scorpio, but who knows how well that's going to be used, and it's going to sell badly. Like, fact of the matter, it's just not going to sell well. Oh no. I have no choice. I have to wish for you to help in this. That is a complete waste. Unfortunately, when it comes to which of these are good plots for Chain of Memories for the Disney Worlds, this one's a bad one. It's like, we need to blow some of your wishes, so we're just gonna do that. And it's like, Genie, this is the only one. It's like, what are you doing, Aladdin? This is why you suck, alright, dude? Listen to me. He's like, alright, we can't fight these things that we always fight normally. I gotta go get the G. Like, dude, you can't just waste your wishes on fucking mob fights. It's like, what are you doing, you fucking amateur? You know, if you just pushed your arm a little bit, you probably could have reached him. I'm not interested. Oh, hello! It's those little bat dudes. Little bat heartless. They got goggles. Alright. Wow! I didn't actually... The spread on that is insane. Alright, let's get right up in their face for it. There we go. Like, that can do a decent chunk of damage so long as I stay in range here. Drop the Aladdin. We'll do the Aladdin last. We'll have 2 blizzards. Actually, 2 blizzards and a cloud will work. The encounters in Agrabah have been pretty heavy. Mostly in the numbers. We also picked up our first ether. Works the same way as potions, but for magic, so very useful. We're gonna pick up on health because we have not in several levels. Seems like I'm still down to my last wish. What? Oh no, the lamp's gone. It's been stolen by the evil Jafar. It's like, Well, that was bad. I have the lamp, I win. Get fucked, bitch! I knew you were going to use the lamp to win stuff, but we can't have that. Something. You know the drill. We are upon a street rat, blah 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 boy. Man, this sucks, you know. You need her. She's like the princess of this ruling kingdom in which only 2 people live in it, and one of them is her. I mean, that's not true. Jafar and Iago, that's a whole 4 people. That's one problem all KH games have always had, where it's like, yo, can you populate these worlds, like, a little bit? Just to make me, you know, just to make some scenes have a bit more punch to them. Make the worlds feel a bit more lived in. Portable games, they've had a major problem with that, where areas are just like these empty, boxy rooms. Where, you know, cutscenes is where a lot of your character interaction comes from. But, yeah, you know, that is something that is going to be playing, that is something that the new games are going to be depending on. KH3 needs to have more populated worlds, you know? It needs to feel a little bit more lived in. That and just, like, more, you know, also kind of try and keep it feel less empty and large. I feel like KH Dream Drop Distance had the biggest problem with that because they had that movement system that the flow motion system that we'll eventually try out in this series that just really caused problems when it comes to, oh, these are just these large open areas, but they expect you to kind of like run on the walls and get through this area super easily and really quickly. So it just ends up being these empty shells and like a vehicle for the gameplay, which thankfully the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts really can hold its own. So it didn't have much of an issue of like, oh, this is bad, but you know, it's definitely a weakness that has always been present that I can get over, but you know, I have certain expectations of like, it'd be really cool if you knock it out of the park in this way. Like, show more NPCs, show more people, evidence of people living in places. It's mostly, for me, the point of contention is that it needs to be present in cutscenes. There's the famous Kingdom Hearts 2 scene in which, you know, Hercules is performing for a crowd, but no one's in the stands. But you can still hear the crowd, and you're like, why? Why is it like that? We need people. This world is dead. But yeah, it's more of a like, just when it's fine within the vacuum of the series, but you know, like anyone else, people have like very large expectations for KH3. I feel, I think it's very interesting for me because I was thinking about it now, even while I'm talking about it, and I'm trying to think about what it would be like to explore a world and then walk and talk to an NPC and start going through your menus in Kingdom Hearts 3, and none of it really just feels tangible. It doesn't feel real because, you know, we haven't seen anything substantial for it. Everything we've seen for a KH3 trailer is stuff that is early, you can tell. Like, clearly the first world is Olympus, so they've shown a chunk of that. And the second world is the Tangled world. So they've shown very little of that. And it's mostly like combat situations. We have not really seen what a cutscene in that game looks like. Like, we saw one that involves like a chess game or something, and that's like... feels like that was like super pre-rendered, you know? And that still doesn't really give me a taste of it. We got a little bit of it in 0.2, but there's not enough yet to where everything feels real yet. So that's why I need something meaty for that game. And the only reason we wouldn't see anything at E3 or Tokyo Game Show this year would be if the game's development is in hell. Or at least not in hell, but just they're having more trouble, which I can understand if it is, but I'd like to hope that it's not, because I would very much love to play KH3 or be close to playing it within the next 12 months. Because I feel like it should be almost time for it. And it's been fun talking about KH3 when we're barely even through the series, because really there's nothing to fucking talk about, because Chain of Memories, fact of the matter, is unbelievably boring for the Disney parts, because there's not really much going on, man. We're just like, okay, the Aladdin plot again, only this time it's worse. Also, the boss fight is the exact same too. Just it's all platforms this time, so I guess that's a difference, but you know what I mean. It's, hey, jump on platforms, hit the bird. It's like, sure, I'm on it, boss. Okay, this cloud card is fucking useless for this fight. Because he's gonna stand in place and Iago will move forever. He's like, ugh, I'm Gilbert Godfrey. Please hire me for work. Oh no, he's gonna do bad things. Oh fuck. The major annoyance is this is the one version of fighting Jafar where the platforms are actually an annoyance and a problem. Not so much in the first game. First game you could totally get over it. Here, they're like, no, we know how to make something annoying, and we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna activate our great equalizer here. Try and get some Moogle points. Activate Goofy Smash, which we can't do the full thing of because this is a boss. They'll let us do that. Let's finish him off. You broke my card. You think you can get away with that, man? Oh boy, that was a who? Aladdin, did you have to miss? Excuse me. Oh, the poor bird. Okay, I guess I'll kill this then. I was really tired. I'm kind of happy that some of these worlds are shorter, and this is a shorter watch episode to episode than KH1, because good lord, hour episodes every time was kind of nuts. Because it feels like we haven't even gotten started yet with the way some of those went in comparison. I am kind of glad that we don't have to worry about any post-game stuff for this game. You just gotta play it. Because doing the synthesis in KH1 took so much time, man. Anyway, the plot's the same shit as before. I wish for you to be free, Genie. You now have legs. And then they get rid of his wristbands, but they don't here because I guess they didn't want to pay the money to fucking change the model. Which I'm perfectly fine with, because Genie without his armbands is bad, and it doesn't look good, because, I don't know, just, it looks unnatural, because you've got this blue guy, and you need those wrists there to help, you know. It just looks better. I don't know how to describe that, where it's just blue the whole way through. It just looks better. Here's the official Genie trading card. Of course, you're not completely all smiles here. You're just kind of like default face. He's totally okay with what's going on, but he's not super smiles. I like Genie, though, because it looks like, you know, his soul has been sucked out of his body and he's just a husk. Just this default crazy face. I would love for them to bring Agrabah back in a Kingdom Hearts game again. It's been used to death, but they still haven't adapted Aladdin and the King of Thieves, which is clearly the best Aladdin movie that trumps both Return of Jafar and the original Aladdin film. I would like to have a Keyblade fight against Saluk, please. That's all I want. And I want a Keyblade modeled after the Hand of Midas, and that's something that I think is important to no one but me. But I'm gonna say that I want that. Though it seems like the only returning Disney worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3 are Olympus. And Olympus is fine. There's plenty of areas that they haven't used because they fucking used like 5% of the 5% of Hercules stuff in like 4 or 5 of the games that it was featured in. Anywho, I have not saved a couple episodes here. That is a cardinal sin, folks. I'm gonna end off here, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Had some fun talking a little bit about KH3, so some stuff about that, Tetsuya Nomura, all that good shit, and of course some hopes and dreams with that, because the Kingdom Hearts series is going to be me talking about it. It's not going to be me fully like shielding myself and not like I'll throw out a spoiler. I'll like say the name of a game, or we're gonna find more info about this later. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say, oh, final boss is this, and then we're gonna fight him in that. I'm not gonna do any of that. But I am not gonna limit myself to talking about the hopes and dreams and, you know, alluding to future games. That's kind of my thing. Because I don't know, I want to limit myself, especially when Chain of Memories drags sometimes, and you need something to talk about. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. We'll probably nail Monstro next. Until then.